Every warrior walks a different path. Samurai, the path of discipline. Ronin, the path of independence. Ninja, the path of strategy. Zen monk, the path of wisdom. Shogun, the path of power. But today, we explore the path of the Zen monk. Look at your life. You cannot fall asleep without a fan whirring, a low-fidelity beat looping, or a television casting a pale, cold glare against your bedroom wall. The moment you step into your car, your hand instinctively reaches for the console, demanding a podcast, a song, or any stream of artificial chatter to fill the empty air. You are the noise junkie. The modern person has become entirely incapable of existing in a state of natural silence because absolute physical quiet acts as an unforgiving mirror, forcing you to face the chaotic, screaming emptiness of your own head. You call it multitasking, you call it staying informed or relaxing after a demanding day of work. It is a pathetic, cowardly lie. You are a psychological refugee running from your own thoughts, drowning out the deep-seated anxiety of your stagnant life with a constant stream of digital static. The paradox is absolute. In your desperate bid to never feel lonely by flooding your ears with noise, you ensure you are permanently estranged from your own soul. You have built a fragile fortress of constant distraction to hide a terrifying truth. If the noise stops, even for a single minute, you will have to look at who you have actually become, and you're utterly terrified of the stranger staring back. Every alert, every background video, every synthetic frequency acts as a slow drip anesthetic to numb the pain of your insignificance. The ancient world had absolutely no room for the distracted. In the bleeding, mud-soaked soil of feudal Japan, a warrior who could not master his own mind was already a corpse waiting to be buried. The samurai knew that the greatest battlefield was not a muddy plain, but the silent, empty space between his own breaths. While you require background hums to merely survive an evening, the Zen master actively sought the absolute void to cultivate an unshakable, lethal presence. Your true enemy is not your demanding career, your chaotic relationships, or a fast-paced modern society. Your true enemy is the internal coward that cannot withstand 5 minutes of absolute silence without collapsing into absolute panic. You have traded the deep, stabilizing jade of internal quiet for the cheap, erratic static of constant, meaningless stimulation. The modern person lives in a state of perpetual mental decay, a leaf blown by every passing breeze of distraction, while the true warrior uses silence as an impenetrable shield. Let us look back to the freezing peaks of Echigo province. In the 16th century, northern Japan was a brutal, unforgiving landscape of jagged stone, blinding ice, and endless war. Amidst this hostile theater stood Uesugi Kenshin. Documented historical fact records him as one of the most brilliant military commanders of the Sengoku period, a master strategist who took Zen tonsure, shaved his head, and lived as a Buddhist monk while leading formidable armies into battle. He was not a peaceful hermit hiding from reality. He was a warlord who engaged in 5 brutal legendary campaigns at Kawanakajima against his great equally brilliant rival, Takeda Shingen. Yet Kenshin's terrifying, decisive ferocity on the battlefield was entirely anchored in the deep, freezing silence of Zen meditation. It is said in popular Japanese legend that during the height of a chaotic siege, Kenshin sat completely alone in his command tent, calmly sipping sake while enemy arrows splintered the wooden beams around him, entirely untouched by fear. While this unverified tradition highlights his mythic poise, his documented life reveals a man who regularly retreated from the bloody politics of war into the silent, austere halls of Rinzin-ji Temple to face his own internal chaos. Consider the visceral reality of those silent temple nights. The biting mountain air carrying the sharp, woody scent of burning incense. The heavy weight of the dark, jade-colored monastic robes pressing down on his crossed legs. The absolute silence of the meditation hall, broken only by the distant, rhythmic drip of melting snow from the temple eaves. Kenshin did not run from this quiet. He sat in it for hours on end, letting the chaotic thoughts of upcoming battles, betrayals, and deaths rise up like mud in a glass of water, waiting patiently for them to settle until the water was perfectly clear. He had no background noise to soothe his nerves, no artificial distractions to ease his mind. He had only the terrifying, quiet vacuum of his own thoughts. It was from this absolute stillness that his legendary tactical clarity was born. Because he had already faced the ultimate emptiness of death in the quiet of his temple chambers, the deafening roar of the battlefield could not shake his focus. The mechanics of your failure are simple. You confuse constant connection with living. Every time you reach for your headphones to walk the dog, wash the dishes, or fall asleep, you are conceding defeat to your own mind. You are admitting that the thoughts waiting for you in the quiet are too powerful, too terrifying for you to handle. You have become a slave to the external, your mental strength shattered into 1,000 useless, distracting fragments. To break this cycle of somatic decay, you must reclaim the silent chamber of the monk. You must learn to sit in the quiet until the screaming in your head turns into a whisper, and the whisper turns into absolute power. Silence the mind. Stop. Look at yourself right now. You are listening to these words, feeling a temporary surge of focus, perhaps nodding your head as if you are actually achieving change. But the truth is, the moment this narration ends, your hand will instinctively reach out to click another video, to check your notifications, or to find a background track to drown out the silence of your room. You are proving my point with every restless movement of your body. If you do not have the self-discipline to sit with these words without looking for a distraction, you will never achieve self-mastery. Turn this off right now if you want to remain weak. This path is only for those who dare to look into the void. Presence is a heavy, cold road. It requires you to stand completely exposed to the elements of your own mind, accepting the silence, the boredom, and the internal friction of discipline without a single avenue of escape. No more running. No more drowning out your anxiety with synthetic voices, digital loops, and endless bad habits. Step into the cold, quiet room. Put down the headphones. Turn off the screen. Let the silence press against your chest like heavy iron armor. Stand your ground against the emptiness until it no longer terrifies you. Master the void. Every warrior walks a different path. Samurai, the path of discipline. Ronin, the path of independence. Ninja, the path of strategy. Zen monk, the path of wisdom. Shogun, the path of power. Which one are you? Comment below.